What is going on, and welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we are taking on Benfica in the Europa League because we always play Benfica and we need to beat them to get into the next round. We've already played the first leg. This is going to be the second leg, and we're going to be looking at the transfers we have done in the winter window. If you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference to the channel. Now let's get into the video. So after the first leg against Benfica, we beat them 4-0 rather comfortably. I don't think it's going to be as easy because we are playing away and we're not in as good form as we were. We've just been beaten in our most recent game, which is not ideal. But since you were here last against Haladas, or did you just see the no? Yeah, you were here for Haladas. We've been through our January friendlies. We beat Hanvid. We won our cup game against Komarom. Beat Diaskor, ZTE, Ferencváros. Then we lost to Kisvárda for the first time in the Hungarian Cup. We lost a game in 4 years, which is insane. We beat MTK. Then we went and beat Kisvárda in the second leg rather comfortably, apart from the fact that I brought on our 16-year-old left back, 5'1", missed a header because he's 5'1", and they scored a goal because of it. Then in the first leg against Benfica, we won 4-0, as you can see, quite comfortably. Everything went rather well. And then against Farvar, unfortunately, they scored with the last kick of the game, which was not ideal. But now we're taking on Benfica and we're playing Újpest in the quarterfinals of the Hungarian Cup, where I would imagine we're going to win it again. Like I said, though, transfers have occurred. We have a few players coming in the not too distant future. July, we have a new goalkeeper coming in who looks fruity. This guy looks quite good. He's a mercenary. I quite like that. He's Sparta Prague B team. We have an Armenian playing in Uruguay who's joining us. 16 finishing. I saw this. I saw the 19 dribbling and I was like, yes, please. So an Armenian international playing in Uruguay is going to be joining us. And we're signing a Costa Rican striker just because he looks like he could be pretty decent. 17 years old. I think we have to wait for him to turn 18 before he can come in. And Neri almost left us. Nice and Chelsea offered to buy him, but he didn't actually throw up a fuss for wanting to leave, which was delightful. So these are the players we have brought in. We have Juan Pablo Nunes, who's a striker / central midfielder. We're paying him 34 grand a week, and he has not done an awful lot since arriving. He's been fine. I think he's kind of leaning more towards him being a central midfielder. He was released by Colo Colo after scoring 24 goals in 27 games. The guy looks he looks really good. He's just not gelled yet. Anis Ben Said has joined us, but he's gone out on loan straight away to Ferencváros, where he's already played 5 times. Actually played 8 times. He's played 3 cup games as well. We paid 1.7 million for him. Potential rising to 2, but I think he's a pretty decent looking player. He wants to be a deep lying playmaker. With his passing and his vision, I don't think so. I don't think that's what he's going to be when he's older, when he grows up. But he's six caps for Tunisia. It's fine. This is the 5'1" left back who he gave an appearance to in the cup. I don't think he looks that bad. They have him down as a 3-star potential player. I think he's not that far off of some of the players we currently have. Mentally, he's a bit not all there. He's got quite good leadership, which is kind of everything he has. His jumping reach is 2, but then again, he is 5'1", so it's kind of expected. Signed him from Spezia for 375,000. Then we also went and signed Ilya Beradze, a winger that I've been trying to sign for a couple of seasons now. I think this guy is fantastic. I think we've signed him just a smidge too late for his potential to stay at 5-star. We did have a deal agreed with Lokomotiv Tbilisi previously, but he didn't want to join us. He has now. I think he's pretty good. He still has a little bit of time to get better, I'm hoping that he can kind of push on. He's played 3 games in the league and scored once already for us, so can't really complain about that. Then the most expensive player we've ever signed, Cesar Hernandez, a Mexican American who has joined us from San Luis in Mexico, 11.75 million. Potential rising to 12.5. I think this guy is our forever right back for a couple of seasons at least. With the turnover at this club, I would be very surprised if he was still our first choice by the time we won the Champions League. If we ever win the Champions League, that is. Carlos Palacio is another striker that we signed. He is a wonder kid who arrived injured, so he's not had a huge amount of opportunity in the first team yet. Finishing at 13, but I think mentally he's quite good. Physically, again, pretty decent. Could do with a little bit of work on his technicals, like his long throws are only 5. That's the only weakness in his game. Haven't given him, as I said, too many opportunities yet because he was injured. In terms of players leaving, we've done quite a bit of business. Hansen Aranen went to Mold. He had a release clause of 1.6 million. They met it. He has gone back to Norway. Markovic came to me and said he wanted to leave, or he wanted first team football. I said no, he wasn't good enough. So he's gone. 5.75 million. We also sold a bunch of trash. Victorson, player I never actually gave even a sniff of an opportunity to. He's gone to Hanvid, and he was their first choice goalkeeper. Not anymore. Made his debut against us, and we beat them, because of course we did. We also sold Chiroli. As I said, Ben Said's gone out on loan. Martinelli's gone back out on loan. Giorgio Toth. Said Awad. Actually, how's Awad getting on? Hasn't played yet. Okay, he's gone back to Sudan to play for Al Hilal Omdurman, the team we signed him from. He's gone off on loan to them. So hopefully he gets a bit of first team football with them, because he hasn't had an opportunity in our first team this season. Yeo Matinga has gone out on loan to Hanvid, and he is their first choice goalkeeper now. Played 2 games since he's arrived. We haven't had that many appearances or that many opportunities to play since he went there. Sheggy has gone to Menfosanak on loan because they just kept asking, and I was like, fine, take him. So our backup right back, our backup right back, our third choice right back, shall I say, is not at the club now. And then I brought Cabrera up to the first team when I loaned out Matinga as like our third choice goalkeeper, because I like to have 3 goalkeepers in the first team. And Kishirada came in and went, hey, can we sign this guy? And I was like, yeah, okay. So they've taken him on loan. Hopefully he can do something. He has an appearance in the league for us. So, everything's looking a bit fruity. We've spent 30 million, had 65 come in, so we've had a pretty decent return. Milan Werner, I was looking at his stats because we got some money off Sparta Prague for him because he made 20 appearances. He's conceded a goal every 3 games. He concedes a goal. 15 clean sheets. Only 1 player to match though. Do you know? Sometimes you wonder, like, what does the goalkeeper have to do to become good enough to be given an actual rating? So for today's game, we are starting with Kranic in goal, Hernandez and Mayer as our wing backs, Neary and Gitarik as our centre backs, with Kwasi and O'Neill in central midfield, Gilmer and Carlsberg as our wide men, Cromosta and Nunez starting as our strikers. Fusquis, interestingly, is wanted by Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid. He was terrible, and then all of a sudden these 2 clubs popped up and were like, hey, we might want to sign this guy, and suddenly he started banging goals in for fun. So that's fantastic. We do have a couple of injury concerns and suspensions. Medina suspended. Diaz is just recovering from an injury. Mary also recovering from a slight knock. Along with that's everybody. And we have a couple of players that are unregistered. So this team, I'm hoping we just don't lose by more than. But if we lose 3-0, that's fine. If we lose 4-0, then we're going to extra time. I don't really want to go to extra time. Also, don't want to do penalties. I'm going to point my finger and say it's a brand new match. Players are happy. Put my fists. See if I can get. Yeah, there we go. Carlsberg's inspired, motivated, and our strike force is inspired, motivated. This is what you want. This is what you want. They're playing very differently to what they did in the first leg. Gilmer with a corner. Neary with the header. Cremosta puts it in the back of the net. I was somewhat weary of this strike force. They've not been known for scoring goals this year, but we have an away goal now. So even if we do lose this game 4-1, we're fine. It'll be fine. If we lose this game 5-1, we're still fine. But they do have Borja Meral, who actually played on the wing in the last game, which I was kind of surprised by because I would have thought that Borja Meral is not much of a winger, I don't think. Hernandez beautifully intercepts the ball. Gilmer with the run forward. Yeah, that was not quite what I was hoping to happen there, but that's fine. It's everything's fine. Cremosta's injured. Of course, Cremosta's picked up a knock. What is it? Okay, so Cremosta's broken his leg. We're going to bring on Fuskas to play. God damn it. So Cremosta, 21 minutes after scoring his goal, comes off injured. Neary almost gets ball past Mosquera. Neary is one of those players that I didn't think was ever going to be good enough to actually get like in our team. Borja Meral absolutely shits on Rashid Mayer, who, star rating wise, is our best defender across the board. Left back, centre back, right back. He can do it all. He is the best at everything. Didn't really show it there. Kranic didn't really cover himself in glory in that passage of highlight. And Fuskas, interesting pass. I like. Okay. Neary or Mayer, sorry, with a terrible crossfield ball, lets Benfica back in, and thankfully their striker didn't have too many options and had to take the shot on. But we're going in at halftime 1-1, and as I said, this is fine. Just keep it going, lads. Fuskas is playing a 6.5. Fantastic. Kranic with a 6.3. I love to see your left. You love to see your goalkeeper playing terribly. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. Borja Meral with a terrible back pass puts the defender under a huge amount of pressure, and Fuskas quite comfortably gets hacked down quite disgustingly. But they're moving Borja Meral around quite a lot. Don't think that's the best idea to leave a deep lying forward so far forward by himself. Kranic gets the ball out to Hernandez, to Carlsberg. Nunes picks it up. Back to O'Neill. Kwasi O'Neill. O'Neill from distance just put it wide. Apart from the Cremosta goal, this reminds me an awful lot of the game that we played against Fervor in the most recent one, because we just took so many shots and they all went wide, which was very frustrating. But Fuskas has got his goal, 18th of the season. I feel like next summer Inter or Atletico Madrid are going to come in and be like 3 million, and I'm going to say no, and then he's going to be freaking out because he wants to go and play for one of those two teams, and then China will come along, they'll offer like 30 million and he'll leave, because that's pretty much how it goes. Our players throw a fit about not getting to play for because they don't get to play for the team they want to play for, and then when the team comes in for them, they end up just going to China anyway. So that's what happened with Stepanenko. Wanted to play for Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk offered a bunch of money to us. We accepted it, and then China came along, offered a bunch of money as well, the exact same amount of bunch of money. We accepted both, and he went to China. I'm going to take off O'Neill because he's booked. We're going to bring on Johansson, who has signed a new contract with us. Yeah, Johansson's fine. Just falling down the pecking order just a little bit, and I'm kind of unsure why why he fell out of favour with me. I'm not sure, because there's not a huge amount of difference to the central midfield group that was there last season where he played a lot of games. Just for some reason, not getting as many games this time. Kranic played his 6.2. He did not have a great game. So Dinamo Kiev knock out AEK. Dan James getting the goal. Valencia knocked out Fenerbahce. Porto knocked out Gladbach. Lazio went to extra time against Nice and knocked them out. Man United did the business against Monaco. Rangers beat Olympiacos. That is madness. Olympiacos side who have Troy Parrott, who actually in this world I don't think has played for Ireland. Roma beat Rennes, and we demolished Benfica. So, leave that. Pleased for the supporters. Bunch of happy players. What draw is tomorrow? So I will bring you back for the draw in just a second. It's going to be lots of big teams in it. As you can see, Real Madrid won it 2 years in a row. This is the Europa League, not the Champions League. Europa League. Leicester most recently won it. They're still actually in the Champions League, so that's quite interesting for them. I never showed you the league. I'm a silly boy. We are sitting top, 3 defeats. Still have a 13-point advantage over Fervar. So it's kind of, no big deal. It's fine. We're probably going to win the league again this season. Would have preferred if we made it through the Champions League. If we got a little bit further in the Champions League, that would have been nice. If we could win the Europa League, that would be nice. Right. So like I said, back in a second for the draw. Let's find out who we're going to get. Right, fellas. So it is time for the second knockout round draw. Some teams are going to be coming back in from the ones that won the Europa League group stage. So we could get quite good teams. Actually, we're the third best team in the draw. Like the third highest coefficient team. So like Sevilla and Porto are the only teams better than us. According to coefficient, we are better than Man United and Valencia and Napoli and Ajax and Lazio and Roma and Lille and Schalke are the worst. Going by today, like when this video comes out, Schalke, Bundesliga 2 team. Yeah. Okay, Man United first out of the hat against Sociedad. Valencia against Lille. Porto against Schalke. Okay, so we can't play Schalke. Dinamo Kiev. I wouldn't mind Dinamo Kiev. Okay, PSV. Lazio. Sevilla. Okay, us. Who do we want? I want to play Slavia Prague because we have so many Slavia Prague, ex-Slavia Prague. We have so many ex-Slavia Prague players in our ranks. Roma's my favourite Italian team, so I wouldn't mind getting Roma. But Ajax. Okay, that's fine. We take Ajax. Roma got Slavia Prague. 2 teams I wanted to play, playing each other. So potentially, next round. Rangers are going to be playing Napoli. So Ajax. Have we ever played Ajax in this save? We've been in the save 10 years. Never played Ajax. Fantastic. So when's those games, my friend? Okay, they're literally like 2 weeks. So I think for the next episode, Kishverda, Ajax, because Kishverda sitting 3rd in the league, and then Ajax. Interesting. We are the only Hungarian team left in the Europa League. I don't want to watch the draw. So Újpest knocked out Basel. Ooh! So both Hungarian teams that are left in Europe have gotten through. And Újpest, okay, I'm kind of curious. Who did Újpest get? Anderlecht. Okay, they're going to get absolutely shit on. Anderlecht are an absolute worldly of a team in this save. And Ludogorets got Sparta Prague. Sporting played Tottenham. Everything got odd. Ghent play Atlanta. Djurgårdens, who knocked out one of our Hungarian brethren. Debrecen. They knocked out Debrecen. So we know they have previous against a team that are struggling in the league. Is Debrecen still struggling? No, actually they're up to 6th. But yeah, we've walked this league again this year. If we lose it, definitely a bottle job. Like without a doubt. We can't finish any lower than 9th. And we still have 11 games left. So yeah, we still have 33 points. We're playing Canada and Venezuela in friendlies. I did not know that. Fantastic. Right. If you have enjoyed this episode, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will see you in the next one.